Hello everyone, my name is Jurassic Insider and welcome to a bit of a different video today. Today, we have a Lego set. I know, right? Crazy. This is the Giganotosaurus Therizinosaurus Attack from the Lego Jurassic World Dominion theme. And today, I thought I would go ahead and try to take a look at the set, and that's what we're going to be doing today. This set originally came out in April 2022 to coincide with Jurassic World Dominion, where it was the flagship set showing the finale of the film. The set contains 801 pieces, 6 minifigures, 2 dinosaur figures, and retailed for $140 in the United States and is still available on store shelves for the same price. Today we are going to be unboxing, speed building, and reviewing this set. Alright, let's not waste any more time. Get this opened up in 3, 2, 1. Was that smooth? Probably not. I guess we can chuck this away right over there. Alright, we good. Let's get started, boys. Here's a look at everything from the top, by the way. I think we got a couple bags here. That looks like 5. Don't know actually how many. Yeah, I think 5 it looks like, which is not too bad, actually. This isn't one of the biggest sets for 810 pieces. It looks like there is not too much going on, actually. So I think we should be good. Let's get started, I guess. have it, folks. Here is the completed build of the Giganotosaurus Therizinosaurus Attack. And that took about 2.5 hours of building. I had one break in the middle, and that was about it. And it definitely wasn't the longest build. It was right about how long I thought it was going to take. And you can see Thera is already falling off. So we got to fix that. Hold on. Ah, there we go. Perfectly snug right there. And Alan fell too. That's wonderful. So this is the entire build. And I will say, this shocked me a little bit, especially in terms of the size here. You can see this is 810 pieces, like I mentioned, $140, and I'll talk about that at the end. But this build here, which is the main Biosyn Lab included in the set that we looked at on the box art, is actually a little bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's a bit more detailed than I thought it was going to be, but it definitely doesn't have the height or really the mass that it really... Especially comparing this to some of the previous big bad sets that we got in, like the Interrupted Rampage from 2018 and the Dinosaur Breakout on 2015. If you know those sets, I'll put them up on the screen right now. But you can kind of compare that to this, and you can see. And we're going to take a look at all these builds individually, of course. But, you know, just something to keep in mind. But I did think, overall, I think some other parts of the scale surprised me. This thing is massive, I'll tell you that. This helicopter, absolutely huge. This build, too, was a lot chunkier than I thought. It's not very tall, actually. It's just very chunky at the top, which I thought was very interesting. So you can take a look at that right there. Again, we'll take a closer look at everything. And, of course, you have the star attractions, the Giggy and Thera right there, which is pretty awesome. So we're going to take a look at everything, just sort of dissect everything, and take a quick look at each of these builds. Won't take too long, but yeah. We're going to kick it off with the thing that you guys probably want to see the most, which is, of course, the dinosaurs. Here is the Giggy right here. The Giganotosaurus is a huge reason why people wanted to buy the set, and honestly, a pretty big reason why I ended up picking up the set. And I am extremely happy with this. This is not what a Giggy would have looked like in real life, but it is a decent model of what the Giggy looked like in Dominion. It's not nearly one-to-one in terms of how it looks. In scale it is, but not how it looks, and I think that's because the Giga in the movie is just so dark, and they just couldn't resemble that. It's just not as fun and colorful, so I think this is a good compromise. Shaping and printing, though, I think is genuinely amazing. The head mold here is similar to the Indominus Rex that we got in the background, but it has a few extra spike details, and it starts the olive green color scheme. In the back, though, we can really see the black color scheme come in, and that gives it a very cool contrast, and all those battle scars, like, it really makes this dino feel like it's been in battle, and it's gone through, like, the entire finale of Dominion, where it went through so much absolute carnage, especially here on the legs. The arms are still the tiny T-Rex arms, and they look even more stubby on this guy than they do on the T-Rex, because this is even bigger. The tail, I believe, is the same piece that they use for the Indominus and the T-Rex, I believe. Maybe just the Indominus. And it kind of... I think there is a bit of a gap there that you can see kind of... holds back, like, the quality in terms of, like, smooth transition, but it's not a huge deal. And my favorite detail, my absolute favorite detail that I did not even know was an ability, is that you can fit any minifigure in the Giga's mouth. Right? That you can't quite close it. Maybe you can, actually. Maybe if I put it like this, it can close? No, not quite, but that is very, very funny that you can fit the whole Giga in there. It's gives it a very uncanny look. But yeah, that is very cool. I'm actually doing a pretty bad job of showing this, but yes, I think you're supposed to do it like this, and I think that gives it... Yeah, there we go. That is awesome. That is genuinely so cool. This is a highlight of this set. I'm very, very happy with this. It's just smooth, well-printed, everything. Definitely one of my favorite dinosaurs LEGO has ever produced. Then we got the Therizinosaurus. Good old Thera. Yeah, this guy is much more goofy. He is not the same, really. But I love it. I really do. I genuinely think it's goofy in an amazing way. There's not a lot of feathers on this. Like, it doesn't feel like it's really the Thera that you see. There's some red feathers, but they don't go super crazy. And the color, again, it has the same problem, especially with the head, where it's even worse here, actually, where the head is so gray, and then it has the tan out of nowhere, and it just looks very goofy. But I don't mind it that much. The head actually is fantastic. I do genuinely, like, unironically like the head a lot. I think it's very well done here with the beak, the overall look of it, the little blue touches. The legs are the same ones on the Baryonyx, I believe. I think that's the only time we've ever seen these legs being used, because we never got a Spinosaurus. And then the tail just follows the same thing as well as the Baryonyx, I believe. The most fun part about the set is, or this specific dinosaur is, of course, these claws. And I love these. These are so goofy. This is not what, these look like just normal nails. These do not look like they're claws, but they are so goofy and I love them. Just look at this absolute beauty. It is absolutely unmatched. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It is just, it's perfect. Perfectly inaccurate in the greatest light possible. And it just has an uncanny look no matter how you think of it, accuracy or not. But overall, I like this guy. He's very cool. A bit of a stability issue. You can't get him, and you can actually surprisingly get Giga in more poses. You can get some decent ones, but I think because of the claws, you could get this and get that iconic scene from Dominion where he snuck up on Claire. You could get that. But overall, like, yeah, I like it. It's not perfect. It could have been better. I would have preferred like something a bit nicer looking, but in terms of just being goofy, it's goofy and it's still decent. Like, if you don't look at it too hard, it's perfectly fine. So here is the main build of the set, the Biosyn Lab. And this is a very cool build. Again, not as big as I expected, but this is meant to resemble the Biosyn Lab in the finale of Dominion, which we got to see a little bit of that. This isn't quite an accurate representation, but it is a representation nevertheless. So we'll take a look at it right here. I got my pointer thingamabopper, so we can take a look. And just here at the front door, there's obviously a door. Don't know what else would be there. And then to the right here, we have a Biosyn sticker right there. We got some foliage, just two walkie-talkies, I guess. And then here we have, looks like some foliage. And then a camera. Don't know if that was actually in the film or not. This definitely wasn't in the film, this garage. But yeah, this is actually a pretty intricately designed garage, essentially, is what it is for this guy, the little ATV. So you can pop that guy in here. I guess you're supposed to do it the other way, and then you can just sort of push it out, and that's awesome. So yeah, not even really a play feature, but it's very cool. And then here we have what I'm assuming is a gas pump to fill it with gas. I think that's what it's meant to be, because they have this little whip piece right here, and I think that's meant to be like a gas thing or a petrol thing. Here, that's definitely a fire extinguisher, and we can actually take a better look at that detail. We'll take a look back at the interior. We're going to take a look at this exterior first, where we got these big windows. I actually do like this part of the set a lot. This whole window design is very cool. That curved window is very nice. I love that piece. That was used to great effect here. But just overall, a very window design, a very open design. There are a lot of bricks here, and those are not super well mushed together. I could probably have done a little bit of a better job at that, but yeah, it's going to tend to look a bit weird no matter what. And if we zoom out again, we can kind of see the top here. We have a helipad right here, which is pretty cool. And that's for the helicopter that comes in the set, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. And there's a little ladder to get up there. And then, of course, this is a satellite, which is a fun little build. Don't know why it's here. Doesn't need to be here, but it's fun, I guess. Now we'll take a look at the interior of this build. We're going to have to definitely zoom in a little bit. Hopefully that focuses. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Okay. So if we're going to look at this thing from left to right or right to left, cannot tell. There's a garage, which we already looked at, a little wrench piece right there. This corner is quite nice. You get a bit of sunlight, quote unquote, for your minifigs. And there's a little area with a microscope, it looks like, and some kind of an amber looking sample right there. And there's a computer screen. There's a lot of sticker computer screens across the interior of the set, and I think the next build as well. Here is a bit of a hatchery sort of thing, and there's a robotic arm here. If you can see pretty well, I guess I can move this a bit closer for you guys. But yeah, that is a robotic arm, and that is meant to move these eggs around like we saw in the first Jurassic Park. So I don't think that happened in Dominion ever, but it is a cool continuity. Moving up here to the very top, we have two little screens for the Giga and Thera. This is to keep their vitals, it looks like. Very Camp Cretaceous Season 5-esque sort of vibes I'm getting from that. Not really Dominion vibes, but I mean, I guess maybe they are keeping vitals on them. I guess they did do that a little bit in Dominion as well. Then here, we got the coffee mug, which of course is the most important part of the set. It wouldn't exist without that, because Dr. Wu needs his coffee, of course, because he definitely drinks coffee all the time in the movies. Then we got the amber thing right there. That's all I'm going to call it, just stack of amber. Don't know why you'd have that, but I guess it makes sense in the lab. I think we've seen things similar to that in the movies as well, at least the first Jurassic World. There's a little desk for Dr. Wu, which probably gets in the way, but he can sit right in there. And then you got a coffee mug again, and a little computer screen, this time showing a bit of a mosquito, it looks like. Then this is undoubtedly a ceratopsian skull, maybe a triceratops, but yeah, definitely some type of ceratopsian. A pretty cool addition, didn't even know that was there, to be honest. And I think that pretty much wraps up everything here. Yeah, you can go and take another look at that. We'll move on to the next build, though. Okay, this is the next build in the set, and give me a second, I gotta kick Grady out of here. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. This is the Watchtower, and this was much more prominently featured in Dominion, or at least was the actual final battle location. And this place is actually pretty good, I'll admit. I kind of like it. It has a long Technic rod, which I normally am not a fan of, but I think it kind of fits the design here. And they did do a decent job covering up the foliage here. You can see a lot of foliage, and there is some Technic, which, if you don't know, if you're not a big Lego person, it's basically all of this. And yeah, there is quite a bit of that as we move up to the top. There's also a ladder, which is hilariously placed in a way that I don't know how any minifigure would get up here. Maybe they'd get up here from the Biosyn Lab or something, and this is just to bridge the gap. Don't know. And you can see there is some technicals exposed, unfortunately. And this is a very wide shot, as you can see as well. I could probably zoom in a little bit closer, but just because of how tall it is, I can't. But maybe if I move it in a little bit there, you can kind of see that detail right there. Not much going on, though. The top part, though, is where we got a little bit going on. There's a bit of a balcony, but it's also very open, and that's so that the Giga can actually access it. So if I grab the Giga from over here, the big bad Giga, which we'll take a look at, there's actually an action feature involved with this, where you can pull this little rod here, and it drops that, basically. And I think you're meant to have the Giga sort of push that out. It's the main action feature of the set, essentially. There's not many other action features, but you just push that back in and it stabilizes. But the idea is you come up, have the Giga, open it up, and then grab them. And I think that's the best play feature you could possibly put in the set, just because that is literally what happens in the movie. Like, exactly what happens. I gotta drop that Giga somewhere. So it is actually it's easy to use. It definitely, as soon as you close it, it will not open up again, which is wonderful. I think I just killed Owen. But this is a pretty effective little thing here. Oh, no, that's Owen. That must have been Alan or somebody. Who cares? And if we move around to the back of this set, you can see a little bit of, again, I'm trying my best to sort of do that. Maybe we can do that. You can see we've got some stuff here. Better get my pointer out. We've got a little bit of a control pad right there. Don't know what that's meant to be. The inside of that you can see pretty clearly, though. There is two little screens that show different areas of Biosyn Lab. I'm assuming, actually, that they're connected to the at least one of them is connected to the camera that comes in the Biosyn Lab set, or area of the set that we examined earlier. So that is actually some cool continuity. This entire section, I think, is pretty well done. The top section just has some random bricks. If you can even see that, honestly. But that's pretty much it to it. It's very simple, but yet very effective. I was pleasantly surprised with this, because I didn't even consider this as a major part of the set, but it's a decently well-done build, I think. Then we'll take a quick look at the two vehicles in the set. This one right here is the helicopter. This is very common in LEGO Jurassic World. I'm pretty sure every single set that's not meant for an older audience is generally going to come with the vehicle set, just because they sell really, really well. And this vehicle is actually not one of the worst ones, I'll admit. I don't really love getting these because they are just very, this is a very kiddish set, as we can see. Like, there is a lot of things for kids to play with. And this especially feels very fun for kids, but it doesn't look half bad either. There's some Biosyn sticker details. I like the way the jets are done on the side. The little back is alright as well, so there's nothing too special. Nothing crazy about the color scheme. It's just white, and you can see, not Clara, forgot her name. Kayla is in there as well, and you can remove her, obviously. She can get out. Yeah, there we go. And that's just a standard windshield piece. It covers up almost perfectly. As you can see right there, there is a little bit of a gap right there, but otherwise it's pretty good. If I open up the flaps here, though, there is a surprise. Well, if I can open up correctly. Yeah, you pull this up, and there's a surprise in here. You can pull something out, and this is a first aid kit. That's what I think it is, at least. It has a yellow syringe, a little control piece. Nothing too special about it, but it is a fun little thing. Maybe I would have preferred an actual seat over, like, that small little Easter egg, an actual seat in the back seat. And you can see I'm struggling to put that back in. Would have maybe been preferred, but it's not a big deal. Like, this isn't a super big helicopter. I mean, it is bigger than I thought, granted, but it's not big enough to fit multiple minifigs. So it's fair enough. There's nothing crazy about this build, but it's pretty good. The last build-related thing we got going on here is this little car mabopper. And this is a little ATV, and it's cute. It's small. I'm not going to spend any time on it. It's got a pickaxe on the back. That's about it. Nothing too crazy. Finally, we're going to take a look at all 6 minifigures to wrap everything up. The first ones we have here are the 2 OGs. And this is Alan Grunt and Ellie Sattler, of course. And these two are looking very, very good. Alan's got that very nice fedora and a very cool shirt printing, which is very nice to see. He's the only one who doesn't have a double face print, unfortunately, but that makes sense because he, has a hat. Ellie, on the other hand, I think looks amazing. She has this really good golden hair. She doesn't have the pink shirt, but that's not what she has in the movie anyways. Just very, very good torso printing, which I do like a lot. And we can also take a look at her alternative face right here. And there's a look at her alternative face where she's a bit scared. And that's pretty cool. Interesting thing here is Alan is the only one who has an accessory in the set, which is that nice little amber piece that comes in quite a few sets across the Jurassic World theme. The next 2 minifigs we have here, of course, the new cast, Owen Grady and Claire Deering. And Owen Grady is a very boring minifig. I had this one, actually. I think it's the only one in this entire set that I own. And one of the 2 that are non-exclusive. And this minifigure it's fine. It looks exactly like Owen Grady. It's got the unbuttoned shirt. It's got the belt. It's got the hair. It looks like Chris Pratt. But it's nothing too special. Claire, on the other hand, is a new design exclusive to the set. And she does look fantastic. I really like the new hair here that resembles her in this film very well. It's a very simple design. And there's a quick look at their alternate faces. And finally, the last 2 minifigures in the set are Kayla Watts and Henry Wu. Of course, Henry Wu looking quite different than normalized, but I'll start with Kayla over here, who has very inaccurate hair. If you've seen the movie, that's not what she looks like, but everything else is pretty spot on, I'd say. She does have a cool look. I just wish the hair was a little bit better. Henry Wu, on the other hand, I think it's about good, except again, the hair. I wish that was a little bit better, but this is the one that they used before, so it makes sense. The hair, face print is also a bit different, but overall, it gets the vibe across that he's not the same man that he was, and I think that's pretty good. Neither of them have back... Oh, no. Both of them are back printing. Pretty interesting. And while we're here, there's a look at their alternate faces, where they're looking a bit angrier. Okay, then, that is everything, I think. This video was pretty fun, honestly. I had a great time making it, speed building and everything. And I do like the set a lot. Everything built up. I think this will be really fun. It's not the best display set, I'll tell you that. If you're a general Lego collector and you really, really like displaying stuff and getting stuff that looks good, I think some of the previous sets have been a lot better for that. This one is definitely focused on play. But it doesn't look bad. It's got a fun, busy look to it, and I really like busy Lego sets that are still nice and clean. Because it gives it a lot more visual impact and makes it more interesting to look at for general people whenever they're just looking by, and I think the set does get that across really well. I don't have many major criticisms. I think the big tower thing, it is a bit bare towards the bottom, but I think that was kind of the idea there. The Thera is obviously very goofy, but I do love it, so I can't really be mad at that. And of course, Biosyn headquarters was a bit small, and that's kind of my main thing with the set. This set is $140, and it's still up to date, thankfully. If you want to buy it, I would buy it now if you really want it, because of course Lego sets retire, and once this retires, it will not be $140. It'll be closer to $200 and keep going up and up. So for right now, you can buy it. Do I recommend it all together, everything considered? If you are not a Jurassic World fan, I do not think you should buy this set, straight up. $140 is so much money, you guys, and this is one of the most overpriced Lego sets I own. I just got it because I just got it for a Christmas present. That was literally it. And it's such a fun Christmas present. I was very happy waking up to this because it's a very cool set. It's got so much to it, and especially as a kid, I think I would have loved this. I'm saying it as if I'm not a kid right now, but I think I would have absolutely loved the heck out of this. Because it's so much fun. The Giggy is so much fun. Having something to battle with outside of the box is so much fun. I will say the minifigure selection in the set is excellent. No complaints there. I guess Ian could have come in the set in a casual outfit. That would have been really appreciated. But, I mean, it's still pretty much near perfect. And all his minifigures are super high quality. Even the helicopter, it's not inherently super interesting, but It's fun, and same thing with the main Biosyn build. I think the interior they pretty much nailed. I do like it a lot, even though it's not accurate to the movie whatsoever. Nothing is really accurate to the movie, other than maybe the tower is a little bit accurate. But that's not really the point of these sets, I feel like. I don't know, it's got a cool, fun look to it, like especially with the ATV. There's fun to be had. I actually think I wish there was more play features, just because that would have added. I wish something was here to play with. Like, they had the ATV area, but there's no like breaking down feature for the Giggy or anything. Like, there's nothing super interesting there. The tower does have that with the feature right here. We can pull that and that comes out, and that's pretty awesome. I do like that a lot. So there is a lot to this set. I think there is a lot to enjoy here, but in terms of the price, $140. It actually was $130 when it released, but it went up a little bit after inflation. Yeah, it's too much, honestly. I'd say this set is still worth getting. This Giga alone, it's not nearly as high quality as regular dinosaur action figures, like from Mattel. Like, if you compare this, I'd say this is worth $20. You here with me on that? Yeah, I think it's worth $20. Thera max $10. So those two alone, $30, right? Helicopter, if it was its own set, no minifigures, maybe like $10. Okay, let's give it 15. Okay, so what does that bring us to? $45. This back here is like $25, let's say. So, and that's giving it a little bit, but that's $70 total. This is at least $40. We can say that $40 plus all the minifigs and the ATV. We'll say $45, I guess, for the ATV as well. So that's like $105. So $140 is really pushing it, but I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff here. So if you're a big JW fan and you like this Giga, but you also don't just want it for the Giga, like you like everything here and you had the money, there's better Lego sets on demand, but this is still a good Lego Jurassic World set. I'd recommend getting some of the smaller ones for sure. I would definitely try to be getting some of those. I already have some. But some of the smaller sets are definitely, you know, they offer a little bit more value, but this set is fun. It's not as big as I wanted it to be, but it's solid. The minifigure selection, dinosaurs, blew me away. The builds are pretty good. Not amazing again, but pretty good. So this one's like a B- or maybe a B+. That's around what I'm thinking. Fairly good. Fairly good. I do like it a lot. But that's it for the video. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of this set? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you plan on picking it up after this like review and speed build? Like, what did you think? Do you want to see more videos like this? Because this is my first like Lego video or any type of review of anything. So let me know if you want to see reviews. I just got a Lego Jurassic World set yesterday, so I could review that maybe. So let me know what you guys want to say. This was very fun. It took a lot of time to do, so please make sure to leave a like. This video might not seem like a lot, but it definitely was a lot altogether. It took me about like 6 hours altogether. I still haven't edited, but I'm gonna stop the rambling and let you guys go. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the Jurassic Insider signing out.